What up guys, how's it going? Thank you all for tuning back into this channel, and today we are going to do a review video. What are we going to be reviewing? This guy right here. This is the Taranis QX7S that I was lucky enough to get and test out a little bit ago from Sven over at FrSKy here in California. Thank you, Sven. And yeah, I've kind of been playing with it and everything, and I'm going to dive into it with you guys today and explain the things I do like about this radio over their like cheaper model, I guess you could say, the regular X7 that's been out for a little bit, and just compared to like my original video. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so before we even get started with going over this radio, let's do a quick little briefing on the case that it comes with. So this is a nice little addition to this radio. You got a nice foam case. It comes with a strap and the little balance port. You can put it here. I think that's where it actually came in. You have your charger over here. You have this little guy in the corner here. This is your it's like a adapter for the charger. We will go over all that in a minute. And in this slot, if you're using the JR port, you could put the little back cover right in here, or probably up there, wherever you guys want. It's a nice case. It's definitely a good addition to buying this radio, but for the most part, I put my stuff in my bag. I'm not going to be using that. So let's get onto the radio itself. What you guys are mostly wondering about is what is different on this radio than from the normal X7 radio, and let's go over a couple things. I like this radio a lot. The big issue for me was these switches up here. As you can see, I took the switches out. They have some electrical tape over them. My main thing was where these are positioned, I pinch and I would hit the switches, primarily this one, with my finger. So for you guys that are thumb guys and not pinchers, this is completely fine. Bear in mind though that this radio does not come with these gimbals. This was before the time of the M7 gimbals. This was the M9s. I like retrofitted them into this radio just so I could have the Hall gimbals in there. But yeah, you can see a video that I've done on this. I could link it in my description below. But yeah, this was a good radio. I like it. It's very similar to the other ones. Or the other one like this one here, just minus a couple little things. And this is what I'm going to show you guys first. See how this comes straight out here? These, they switch to where they're more on a pitched angle. And for me, this does a great big difference of having this room not hitting these switches. So I don't really have to worry about it having it like that. That's a big improvement for guys that are either, you know, thumb guys or pinching. Just this alone is a big difference in why I like this radio a lot more. That's something that stood out to me when I first got it sent to me. I was like, okay, how's the switch layout going to be? Because if it's still hitting the my finger when I'm using this, I'm not going to like it. So that for me is the big difference in the two radios. We won't talk about the regular X7. Let's just focus on this one here. You do get a nicer little pad on this side. It adds a little bit of grip. It's more for me like a aesthetic look type of thing. I don't really mind the blue either. It's a nice bright blue. It looks good. This one does come with, on the bottom here, there is a trainer port. It's like a Bluetooth trainer wireless port that you could use with other compatible devices. Other than that, it's pretty similar to the X7. This one does come with the nice stick ends, and this is the M7 gimbals in here. Just that upgrade alone I think is worth it, because these gimbals are, you know, they're very, very good gimbals. It's one of the reasons I switched on this one to those gimbals. And you can't really, you know, justify anything better than a Hall sensor gimbal now. This one does also have upgraded switches. Now this is going to be something I didn't like, and you won't be able to see this, but on this cheaper radio, the switches here are the old barrel style. These are solid switches, and I know this is a fluke according to FrSKy 2. It shouldn't be this way, but you can see I have a barrel switch here, but it's supposed to be a paddle style switch. These tapered down quite a bit right there, and I actually broke off the switch, like just arming and disarming it, and so I went back to an old style barrel switch. So I know they're going to look over everything and check it all out and take care of it. So far, working with FrSKy has been very good, to where they put these products into our hands and they will make all these changes before they send anything out. They're very good on doing all that. So another thing is the battery compartment. Now this is something this is a really tight one, which is good. This is the battery that it comes with. So it's a 2200 milliamp hour battery. It's a nice addition. It is better than the one where you had to stick all the AA batteries in there. There's a couple different batteries that you could buy out on the market now to replace this, but so far this battery's been really good. It's kept the charge really good, especially running with the Crossfire and everything. You might see that I do have this little bit of tape here, because when everything is hooked up, like I'm telling you, this is a really nice little cover because it stays on firm. I like things like that. If I can't take it off, then it's good. But I just stick that on there. This powers up my Crossfire, and then the other battery will be running the radio. And I know this is the dying question all of you guys have. Is this radio compatible with Crossfire without the mod and getting all the telemetry warnings? No, you have to do the mod on this radio still. There's no way around it, but it's just something you got to do. So overall, yeah, I love this radio. I think there's the new ones out there, the X10 and things like that. There's some things I don't like about it. I don't like that I can't take off the battery area like this one and interchange batteries, things like that. This one feels really good in my hands. It does everything I need it to do. The switches are out of the way. The gimbals are nice. These stick ends that came with it feel amazing. You could see I used to always tape up the stick ends here just to get a little more grip, and these feel really good. So yeah, overall this is a really nice radio. It comes in at a pretty decent price point. I think this one's like $100. This one's a little bit closer to like $200, but it's definitely worth it for the upgrades you get. And you do not get actually this little balance port. This is the GeForce one that I got from Aloft Hobbies. I don't even know if they carry it anymore, but besides that, everything is really nice on this radio. I definitely think that if you're in the market for a new radio, take a look at this one, because it does have the added features of everything that I like to it. Even though you have to do the mod for Crossfire, it's not that big of a deal, and you get a sweet radio. I know this is the typical radio that I used to fly, X9D, I believe it was. I don't even remember anymore. And I still love this radio. This was the new one that came in. I loved it, but there's too many things I also didn't like about it. And now we got this guy here. So yeah, look at, we got a nice family here from FrSKy, and I think you guys could see that no matter what, FrSKy definitely is killing it in the game with radios, and go check it out. I'll put a link in the description for this radio. I think it's available on Horus RC already. You guys could either pre-order it, or I think they have like limited supply of this radio. But yeah, for the most part, this is the one I think I'm going to be keeping. I'll probably just repaint it with my original color scheme or something. We'll see. But hope you guys like this review, and I just try to make it as brief and simple as possible. Go over some of the nice little features that make a difference, at least for me. And yeah, if you guys like everything, make sure you subscribe and tune in next time. See you guys.